And something that I thought was interesting as well. When I was reading a previous interview of yours, you talk about I would rather have a small group of client partners and cultivate those relationships long term than have a lot of clients with a lot of projects and all that. So how were you guys able to grow quickly despite having a small group of clients but building great relationship, or was it because of that that you actually were able to like grow and expand?
I think, well, it's kind of twofold. So we've been able to cultivate some really good relationships with some longstanding partners. And then the other fold of that is we've had some challenges early on where we were just trying to do everything that we could to generate revenue and kind of figure out what our actual niche was and where we fit in the marketplace. So we ran through a bunch of just, not great relationships, people that had unrealistic expectations or price points were just crazy. So, it's kind of all over the gamut. Everybody experiences that in every single market.
Right.
So a lot of it was going through the trials and tribulations of kind of getting a company up and running off the ground, understanding that, we really long term want to focus on the relationship and the partnership as opposed to like a specific, niche or product type or project type. So that's what I tell everybody when we kind of get rolling in a relationship is, we want to get to the point to where we know each other inside and out. You understand what you're going to get when we facilitate a project or take on an opportunity with you. We understand what we're getting from you in terms of, the upfront information and what your expectations are and how the whole project's going to flow. And then, if you have something that's not necessarily, I guess, a traditional project type that we would facilitate or something that's kind of, out of left field or whatever, if we have a relationship, just let me know. We'll figure it out. We'll help you out any way we can. So that's really what we're more focused on than anything is those long-standing relationships to where, everybody wins and we're all kind of moving in the same direction to facilitate everybody's end goals.
And how did this relationship start, right? Because you talk about, especially in the early days, it was very organic. You guys were getting new clients. Did you guys do anything in terms of marketing and sales later on, or was it everything word of
To
mouth
be completely
referrals?
honest, I've done very little in terms of marketing and sales activities the last handful of years. It's all been, just by word of mouth and referral. So, and then just some relationships that we've had in the past. So a lot of it just comes down to, just kind of being true to who you are and what you say you're going to do. And people, I think, appreciate and respect that. And we're more than happy to, pass you on to the next person in their in their network if, those are the type of results that they get. So.
Right. And you guys have been running, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you started in 2014. So what's the secret to like keeping long-term relationships and making sure that your partners are satisfied over time with your work?
Uh, I think it's like I said, doing what you say you're going to do is the biggest thing. Standing behind the work that you do. So nobody's going to do a perfect job every single time. There's going to be challenges that arise, and as long as you have the integrity to say, hey, you know what, there's an issue here. We're going to remedy it. And here's what we're going to do. Let's take care of it immediately. Then people will appreciate that. And the biggest thing is just not looking at everybody as a dollar. Looking at somebody and actually trying to cultivate an actual relationship with somebody past, what they have to offer you in terms of a client. So, I mean, that's the biggest thing. I mean, there's a lot of people that I've met their families and I know who their kids are, and we talk about stuff that isn't even relative to work. So, just having a genuine connection, I think, really helps facilitate longer term relationships.
Got it. And trying to get personal, right? Because you guys, it seems like you're trying to help them in more of a partnership way base than client base, right? It seems like you guys consider yourself more of a partner than them being your client. Would you agree in
Yeah,
that
exactly.
perspective?
Yeah, no, I mean, we take to heart everything that we do. So everything, there's a certain level of, I guess, execution that I expect out of everybody. And,
Hmm.
if we don't get that, then there's a challenge, and it kind of irks me a little bit, gets under my skin a little bit. So, luckily, I'm OCD beyond belief. So unfortunately for everybody in the organization, that means that everybody else has to be OCD too.
Right.
So we're all working towards that common goal. So, we are always looking for ways to improve efficiencies and get better at what we're doing. So I think that's the biggest thing. As long as we all kind of try to collaborate and kind of work together, then at the end of the day, that's really all you can ask.